Hey everyone, I just wanted to show you guys what I'm doing this harvest. So what I've done is I harvested all the corn that was over there, and now these are all barley fields. And since this chopper can actually haul this trailer without any problems, even when it's almost fully loaded, which it isn't right now because it's only 65-ish%. But anyway, what I'm doing is I'm going to fill it all the way up, dump it in the bunker, and the reason that I'm doing this, by the way, is because even though I do make quite a bit off of, baling the straw, I realized that I'll probably make more off of chopping it and just baling hay. Plus, I kind of also don't want to have to keep buying more pallets of net wrap, because every time I harvest the hay around here, I end up using up 2 or 3 rolls, and then just the wheat harvest alone took like 5 rolls of net wrap or something. Plus, this will just be easier because then there's nothing to clean up. The only downside is I obviously don't have like a second trailer that I can use to haul the wheat in or anything, which would be just a little bit nicer. But this way I can also make money, because the end goal is to make the most amount of money possible. And the truth is, it's hard to actually make money off of straw unless you turn it into silage. So anyway, I'm gonna fill this up and then dump it in the bunker. And then I'll probably show you guys when I sell it or something. But really quick, what we're going to do actually... Oh my gosh, I realized I left Factorio running in the background. Don't mind it, sorry. I forgot it was running even. So, we don't need to upgrade a tractor right now. I was just looking at them. We also don't need any of these because I sold the forklift. That's not a forklift. What I'm thinking of doing, though, is buying one of these trucks. And that is just because if I don't use my self-propelled harvester, it takes a lot of horsepower to actually haul that semi-trailer around. So it might just be easier just to buy, a truck for it. And there's actually not a lot in the way of stuff that we absolutely have to have right now. Except, like I said, maybe a second semi-trailer for grain. Except I probably wouldn't buy one of these regular priced ones. I'd probably get either another modded cat one, which I know is a little bit cheaty since it holds way more than it looks like it should or can. But you use what you can in this game sometimes. Another thing I was thinking of is maybe buying a sprayer. And eventually we're going to have to buy a slurry tanker, because the more that you sell to the biogas plant, the more stuff builds up in it. So eventually we will need to buy one, but it'll take a while. You have to run quite a bit through it before you ever need to start worrying about it. So what I'm actually thinking about doing is getting into cows, because we could use one of these for straw, and then one of these, for this. Or I think I might have gotten a mod for it. No, it doesn't look like it. But I tried to get a mod that would add in an auto feeder type thing, but obviously it didn't work out. The one problem is I'm not sure if those bales that I'm making count as silage, or if I would have to actually start making actual hay bales. Because if I need to make actual hay bales, I probably won't do it, just because, they're a little more annoying to work with. And yeah. Okay, so you do need silage hay and straw, and this just makes it slightly easier because you can pick up silage, and I guess if you had a mod you could pick up straw and hay. I don't know if they made it so you can actually shred bales with it or not, but I know it couldn't in the last game. But we're probably not going to get into cows right now, because I really, after dealing with that last harvest, I really don't feel like baling anymore. Plus I did a lot of it off camera, which is how I have so much money in the first place. So I think what I might do actually is do something that I've been meaning to do for a while, but I kinda didn't. And what that is I kinda wanna buy, you know, a few of these things. So I'm gonna buy me a solar panel. And look at that, that's even still running. And we're gonna put this as close to... oh, it won't let me rotate it. We're gonna put this somewhere that I will never have to deal with it again. And we're gonna buy... two of them. Two of them is fine. Because as our operation starts costing more and more to operate, we're gonna want things like this that'll make us money over time. And I've just found that having a good variety of these is pretty good. Plus, I don't really want to start into feeding technology, and I know, I mean cows, and I know that if I buy this stuff, I'm going to start getting into cows off camera, and then it's going to be a real pain. Plus, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to finish this harvest. I might bale up just a few of the bales, you know, just in case I do change my mind and want to use, you know, some of the profits, because I can always cut more grass and get more profit. So now all I'm really doing is just storing everything in the silos for when a great demand comes along, which is why I'm kind of thinking about it's why I'm in between on straw, because I don't know whether to store it to feed to the cows, which takes not very much of it compared to hay, which is a pain to produce, or just, you know, chop it like I'm doing now. But anyway, while we're on camera, actually, I think we're gonna go dump this trailer, because I just realized I don't know what type of capacity that bunker has. So we'll see how close we're actually gonna be to it, because we have 217,000 silage in the back of this, so it should make at least a, you know, a dent in the amount in this silo. And by the way, it is very hard to drive with this thing on, so if you find this mod, just beware of that. Okay, I'm going a little too fast, actually. And I drove out of it too far. Okay, so that filled up 24%, so it looks like even if I do harvest, you know, all the straw from this harvest as silage, I'll still have to do, you know, 2 or 3 more to actually fully fill up the thing. But anyway, guys, I almost said thanks for watching, but yeah, I'll be right back. Hey everyone, so I'm back. So I was just in the middle of harvesting when I was checking this one, and I noticed that I have 60 eggs sitting there, and I'm like, I'm in the middle of a harvest, I don't want to go harvest them. And I looked it up, and it turns out that the egg count is, the egg like cap is actually 60, so I wasted a whole bunch of money buying, you know, 217 chickens, which I'm sure if you've played the game too, you probably realize that. So what did I do? I went and got a mod. Now this mod is weird because it's in MISC, but it's placeable, and it looks like a mini light tower called an egg collector, and it's a platoon of something. I'm guessing it's supposed to be like elves or something, because it's really small actually when it's in game, and it says that they love to work for you, but for some reason they love to drink. And they drink a lot, so you want more than 100 chickens when you buy it. But I tested it out for a few days, and it looks like it's broken and doesn't actually charge you anything to keep it. So I'm pretty sure all you're supposed to do is set it down in the middle, and then once I get back in game, it'll start collecting eggs for me. Let's just see. And I think it said that it triggers... Let me double check that actually, make sure that the maintenance cost isn't really high. Oh, it's $1,000 a day is what it is. But if I harvest 200 eggs a day, I think I would make about $4,000, so I will turn a profit. I just need to remember to actually sell the eggs. And I think it should have, yeah, it triggered once already, so it collects every egg that's in the pen. And I think it said it only triggers once a minute, so if you like speed up time and the pen fills up, it won't trigger when it's full. It only triggers every, minute. But anyway, I just thought I'd show you guys that because it's just a little cool mod. All you have to do is look up egg collector, and it's just a picture of that building on the main page of the mod. So I'll be right back. I'm going to finish up this harvest. Hey everyone, I'm back, obviously, and that happens whenever I log in. For some reason the egg collector guy just starts collecting eggs, and as you can see, I'm replanting, and I was going to chop some more stuff. As you can see, I have my swather header for my chopper, and I was chopping, but then I decided that this pit is actually full enough, so I started compacting it, and I realized it's gonna take me absolutely forever. So I've decided that what we're going to do is buy some mods, because as you know, mods are the answer to everything when it's me. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna buy this silage compactor. Now you might wonder, and we're also gonna buy this spreader, which what it does is it allows you to easily pick up massive amounts of stuff like all the silage in this pit without having to put every single bucket of it through like this telehandler. So we're just gonna park him here, and the reason, by the way, that I did that is that, so here's what this looks like. But anyway, the reason I did that is we can borrow this guy, and we're gonna go grab the chopper, that little tiny chopper that I kind of upgraded after only one use, which I guess it did actually help me make the money enough to buy what eventually made me the money enough to buy its upgrade, so indirectly it helped. Actually, I can't remember. It might have helped a little more than that. But I did reseed that field that I bought, by the way, just in case you were wondering, since I kind of bought it in the middle of a harvest. No, I bought it right before a harvest. Oh my gosh, it'll let you do that. I didn't think it would actually let me do this. But anyway, I'm going to run down to the store and then I'll show you how much this sells for. Okay, here we go. I'm back, and we're going to sell this. And by the way, this is why I was willing to buy the silage compactor, because we actually still now have roughly the same amount of money. We're just short just a little bit, but this is the Frage, or whatever, however in the world you say it. And basically I'll just show it to you guys real quick, unfold it and turn it on. So what it does is whatever you drive into, be it wood chips or silage, is sucked in and blown out the top. Yeah. And that's really all it is, but it's actually really useful, so that's why I wanted it. And I'm just going to reset everything to get it back, because that little compactor, which I'll show you, I didn't want to reset that first actually, because I wanted it to be the last thing, because in this game when you reset something, it also resets the order of things, which makes it a little bit annoying, so you can tell what I reset often and what I do not reset very often. This tractor, for some reason, oh, and then even if you reset it once, it still just goes all the way to the back. Anyway, so now we're gonna just run over here, because while this is a really slow compactor, it's basically just a probably 6 or 7 times faster than normal way to compact silage, which if you have a pit like this, and for some reason, even though I was driving that chopper over it earlier, it would take me like an entire pass to get 1%, and it's like, yeah, 43, and I was doing that for about 10 minutes before I got fed up with it. And yeah, this thing doesn't have the greatest of traction, but it can climb the pits, and by the time we get to the end, it'll be done. And yeah, it might even be done before we're to the end. Come on. And stop. Oh, yep, stop. Yeah, that is a lot faster than the alternative. And now I'm just gonna let this ferment. I'm gonna get this guy off it, and I'll just park it out of the way a little bit, like right here. That way I can still unload, but I don't have to, you know, take that a very far amount. And oh, now that we have this Frage thing, by the way, I'm actually thinking about buying this gens thing, because I realized that wood chips are actually a very popular thing, and it would help me because I hate the trees around here. But we might just skip. If I end up buying a truck, we might skip to like the Beast, which is a mod I have. I'll just show you it real quick. It's basically a really cool mod. I love it. Let's see, where is it? There it is, the Beast. Never mind, I forgot how much money the Beast is. We would probably just go with like the Crasher, or maybe even the Crusher, or this. But this is kind of cheaty because it can chop entire trees. And yeah, that's about everything except for this thing, which is actually a terrible crane. But anyway, I'll be back. I think what I'm gonna do is get the canola harvest ready, and then we'll see about hauling this off and seeing how much money we make from it at the biogas plant. Hey, I'm back. So I was just doing a little bit of farming before, you know, getting dressed and stuff. And great demand came up for wheat at the mill. Now, if you guys don't remember, the mill is actually the place that you can send off the train afterwards. So we're going to sell all the wheat, then send off the train, because the great demand is almost doubling the price. It's at like times 1.7, and then sending off the train will give you it'll give you the amount of money that's stored in the train. So basically what happens is you sell it the first time, you get a certain amount of money. You send off the train, you get that amount of money. So we should get another 200 and almost 40,000 when we send off the train. But I do have 130,000 left at home to collect, so I'm gonna collect that, and then we'll send off the train and see how much we get. Here we go. If you can't tell, I did have a little bit of a problem getting around that turn, because for some reason, no matter how loaded this trailer is, it always has problems going around turns. But let's see, are we gonna hit 600? Nope, we're not. Okay, so we should get about 300,000 from when this train gets back. And you can't get on it. I wish you could. And I guess I'll just wait here for it, because it usually takes a while, because it has to go from this side of the map all the way down. And I think it might even, I can't remember if there are tracks over by the lumber yard, but it might go by there too. But anyway, I'll just wait here for it. There we go. We made $252,000. So it wasn't quite as much as I thought, but I almost wonder if the great demand affects it, because I could have sworn that when I did testing earlier it was a 1-to-1 ratio. So like if you made $1, you sent the train off, you got $1. But yeah, I think the great demand somehow modifies it, but we've still made more off of that wheat harvest than I think we've ever made, because we made almost like 600,000 off of that wheat harvest, because I had almost 200,000 and now we have almost 800,000. But anyway, why don't we decide what we're gonna buy? Because that's what I like to do, is whenever I get money, buy stuff, because Why not? Actually, in reality, I probably should, plan a little better. So this is really weird. I don't get why they did this, but for less money, they made this truck more powerful than this truck. So I don't know. Anyway, let me just save real quick, just in case, because I've been having a few issues with the game crashing and stuff. So I think we're gonna buy a larger tipper because I think that now that I can afford a larger tipper, I'm gonna make it a rule that I only use that cat trailer for silage, like hauling it around with the chopper, just because it's a real pain to run the chopper back and forth between places, and for hauling, like, for great demands. And the reason for that is, when I got this mod, I thought it was only a 100,000 capacity trailer, but it's actually 300,000. And the plain and simple truth about it is, I don't think there's anything powerful enough in the game to haul this trailer when it's fully loaded. So there's no reason for me to keep using it that much. Plus, it is a kind of glitchy. So what we're going to do is we're going to just park it in this shed here, and then we'll buy a new one, because it is kind of annoying to drive this thing around, because when it's fully loaded, it is hard to actually make it work right. So I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. It almost looks like a barn, but I don't know, so we're just gonna leave the trailer in that building. And I've just been trying to think what we actually need, because the problem is we pretty well have everything that we need to make a good supply of money. The only thing we really don't have is the potato and sugar beet harvesters. But if I want to get into that, that means I need to buy a new cultivator, because the potato and sugar beet machines can't do direct seeding. Yeah, none of them can do direct seeding. Oh wait, I guess this... Oh wait, this is just a bigger version of the sewing machine. But yeah, it looks like you can't do direct seeding with potato machines, which is fine. I guess it's a little more realistic that way, but it's still kind of annoying. So I think what we'll do then is, I for sure want a new truck, because that'll free up a tractor. And right now, like, if I'm harvesting like canola, I'm not actually using every single tractor, but it would just kind of help. And then another thing that we're going to get, I've been thinking about buying a new combine, but I don't know if we should yet. Eventually we're going to, but I don't know if right now is the right time. And the only logical step that I can see from here is to do straw. Not straw. Cows, sorry. So I think we're going to buy one of these straw spreaders, or one of these guys. Actually, they're fairly cheap. The reason I'm not buying this, by the way, is just because I need to make sure that I need to test whether or not if I don't wrap those silage bales out of my baler, I need to see if those will count as hay bales, or if I have to actually tedder the hay first. And I think I did buy a tedder off camera. Another thing that we need is this Titan, because since I've freed up some tractors by doing more with less, which is I just use the more powerful tractors to do more, we need that, because that little tiny chaser bin, or auger wagon as some call it, is not enough anymore. And I think I'm also going to buy one of these, because I know that my tractors can handle it. And right now, at the current situation that I'm in, it'll just be a lot easier to just chop up the trees rather than trying to actually store them and then sell them. And we might consider getting one of these smaller machines. I definitely probably won't get a potato machine though, because it's only a single row, and even one field takes forever. This is a slightly bigger machine, but still not very big. Yeah, it's working with the 3. Yeah. Let's see. We don't need plows. We don't need a cultivator because we didn't buy anything. Oh, I've also been thinking about getting a fertilizer sprayer, just because it'll actually, we'll try it, just because it'll actually show you like how much area you're spraying, because the only problem with the current one is it doesn't actually show you how much of an area you're covering, which makes it a little bit awkward to use. Oh, and another thing I was thinking of getting is, eventually we want this Mod Hoster Krone Big X for our chopping, because it has a chaser bin for it. But yeah, and if you didn't see what I was looking at, I was looking at also, oh, I can't remember what it's called now. It's a mower. It's like a self-propelled mower that does 2 or 3 times the total width of our current swathing setup. Oh, also I found out there are some fields around that if you look carefully you will find out are completely unowned, and I forgot to actually buy a I forgot to buy a tipper. Wow, I was like, oh, we need to buy a tipper. What tipper? We'll just buy whichever one of these is bigger. 59,000, thank you. Because like I said, we don't really need that cat. But anyway, I'll probably just keep this dolly around still in case I ever need it, but we're going to use the actual truck now for that. So we'll put this here. And I can't remember what I was saying. That's great. Anyway, let's move the wood chipper. And I might regret buying this later, and that's just because the in-game chipper sometimes has glitches, but there's been about 4 updates to it since I used it last, so it's probably a little better than when I last used it. But anyway, let's try this out. I've been waiting for this for so long because trucks are a lot easier to use these trailers with, because even though they pivot like this, the trucks have a lot more weight and horsepower comparatively than, because the problem with the tractors is they just don't have enough traction for some of these. And let's just see, this is supposed to be about a 40-meter sprayer, and I think our current one is about 20 something, so let's go see it. And yeah, this is probably going to be the end of the episode. I currently have canola in because I still haven't gotten a harvest done on it. Like, I'll just show you. I have a little bit of canola, but I was hoping to get it and barley more to like wheat levels. But obviously now I need to get the wheat back up to barley and canola levels. Oh my gosh, there's even another boom on the end of this. So yeah, this is probably definitely going to be used, because it looks like this could do 2 passes easy, because this usually takes me 3 passes, and the 3rd pass is almost always entirely a waste. And it is a good quality mod, so those can't clip through things, which is good to know. So yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll try using this stuff. And yeah, let's just also look real quick. So we got this. So I think what I'll do is I won't buy any cows right now. I do have enough money to buy them. They're each $2,500, so we could buy, I'll probably buy like 10 or 20 to start with, until I get the hang of things. And then I'll have to wait till the wheat harvest to get any more straw for this thing. But I'll have to test. Do I actually own a tedder? I might have bought it and then not saved, actually. But if I need to, I can always just wait a little bit and buy a tedder, because all I really need is a cheap tedder, and it doesn't look like I have one. But since I don't know whether or not if I need it or not, I won't buy one right now. Anyway, yeah, I can't wait to start using this thing, because it'll definitely help in like the wheat harvest and stuff. So yeah, I think we did a pretty good haul for this episode. Yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. My name is the Radman, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.